What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be checking out some weird, wild, crazy laws coming out of Europe. We have some pretty weird and odd laws here in the States as well. Some things that I didn't even know needed to be laws, and I'm assuming Europe is no different. I guess just a bunch of, people in like powdered wigs made these laws dozens, if not hundreds of years ago, and they are still around today. This should be a fun one. Smash the like button and let's dive in.
Here are Italy's weirdest laws. It is illegal to wear a skirt if you're a man in Italy. More precisely, you can't wear a skirt, a tutu, a mini skirt, any type of skirt outside in public if you're a man.
Really? That's a law?
Secondly, it's illegal to have a selfie stick in Milan. That type of behavior is seen as just antisocial in Italy.
A selfie stick in Milan. Okay, duly noted.
Go out in the streets and sing with a couple friends or drink or go out to eat in the streets. Know that's antisocial in Italy. Go out in the streets and sing with a couple friends or drink or go out to eat in the streets. Know that you cannot legally be more than 2 because 3 is just a crowd. In Italy, they also sample your dog's DNA so that they know if you're not picking up their poops on the street. And once they do find the dog's owner, he gets a fine. It's not illegal to buy contraband, but it is illegal to get caught buying contraband.
And where her audio keeps cutting out. I know it's not me, it's hers.
You can pay up to 2 times the price of the real item. Let's say you buy a fake Gucci bag and it's $20, but the original price of that bag would be $2,000. You can pay up to $4,000 in fine. Follow for more travel tips.
I think I missed a little bit of it. Something wrong with her audio, because I went back once and it, for some reason, was kind of wigging out. How come Damiano wears skirts? I don't know who that is. The first one isn't weird. Okay. Only thing I agree with is the dog one, because people just leave their dogs poop even when they have supplies to clean it up. I mean, I guess if you're living in like a big city, yeah, you don't want dog crap like all over the road, or the sidewalk. First one valid. All right, let's keep going.
What is the weirdest law in your country that tourists would find insane?
Here it's legal to do topless in the beach.
You cannot do free the nipple. And in Europe, like everyone does.
It's technically illegal to publicly pretend to be a witch.
You cannot hold your horses. You cannot climb a tree in Belgium.
You cannot hold your horses. All right, this one seems like it's from like a lot of different countries. We're gonna go ahead and go forward with it though. I'm assuming there's more European ones.
In North Carolina, it's illegal for a woman to be on top during intercourse.
Oh,
and in Tennessee, if more than 4 women lived in a home, it was considered a brothel.
We can't enter in government buildings with shirts or tops.
Okay, final rule is that you are not allowed to dance on Easter holidays.
Okay, so
not allowed to dance on Easter holidays.
So in Montreal, in Quebec in general, if you leave your door unlocked during the night, you get a ticket for it because you're inciting people to steal it.
That better not be a law. That is crazy if that's a law. Canada, what are you doing?
That's the law.
I think there's one in London where you'll need to check this, but you're not allowed to take your doormat and shake it outside the door. And it was a law like hundreds of years ago, and they've just never taken it out of the legal system.
I don't even know if these are random people on the street saying the laws. Probably true, some of them. Yo, that Canada one, though. I know we don't cover Canada here. If you leave your door unlocked, you're inciting people to steal. How about you just don't steal? What the kind of law is that? All right, me as a woman in North Carolina, I'm showing this to my husband. You can't publicly pretend to be a witch. All right, let's keep moving along. This seems like that was, I want to get more on the Europe ones.
Did you know that in France, the government can legally deny a baby name if it's not in the best interest of a child? For example, you can't name your baby like Nutella. It's also
Nutella. That's actually pretty funny.
illegal to throw away food waste. Grocery stores that are over 400 square meters have to donate unused food.
I kind of like that. That's a cool law. That's good. They should donate it. Yeah, don't throw it away.
Newest laws is that you can no longer smoke in public and you cannot advertise fast fashion. And in 2026, clothing brands will require to put how much CO2 emissions and water was used for each product on the tag. In France, you can actually get paid to bike to work. It is illegal to advertise junk food to children. It's also illegal to stereotypically depict somebody in a commercial based on gender. For example, you can't make a woman look bad at finances because she has a shopping addiction. It is
Women have shopping addictions, though. I mean, I think they're aware of it. This is kind of funny because half of these, I'm like, hey, that's actually a pretty cool law. Like, yeah, they should donate the extra groceries from the grocery store. I mean, kind of not really free right to be able to throw away what is yours, but at the same time, you can understand it, right? And then some of the other ones, you're just like, wait, what?
also illegal to homeschool your child without specific consent, and they really prioritize secular learning, banning all religious paraphernalia. All public schools in France, you're not allowed to wear a cross necklace, a yarmulke, a hijab. That has been the rule since 2004. The American mind, this seems really extremist because religion was the reason everybody got out of anything in our schools.
That was nuts. This is some crazy. She rambled those off really fast. Holy cow. Full atheist here, but banning yarmulkes and hijabs in schools and public spaces in the name of secularism is also infringing on people's religious freedoms, particularly impacting Muslim women. Valid point. I mean, you want a Jewish guy to be able to wear his yarmulke and also a Muslim wear a hijab and a Christian wear a cross if they want. I don't know, like here in the States, our kids learn about religion in school, but not just one religion. They learn about multiple religions and the history of them. It's more historical. For you to be able to understand why a lot of wars were fought, you need to understand the religions, but I get the touchy subject.
What's a dumb law in Iceland?
You tell me you know without the answer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet you did.
Just guess, have a guess.
You can kill someone without going to jail.
Close. It's close. It's actually close.
You kill yourself without going to jail.
Kind of if you're dead, you go to
What kind of answer was that?
You can kill animals without getting in trouble.
Close. That's very close. You want to know the answer?
Yeah.
You can't have a pet dog.
Bro. Wait, can you... What?
That can't be real. You can't have a pet dog in Iceland? What? Comments. So close. First, this one had me cracking. Point of view. The boy started a podcast. Yeah, exactly.
Poland's president, Karol Nawrocki, has officially signed a law that gives zero income tax to parents raising 2 or more children. Zero, nothing.
What?
Zilch. This isn't a small tax break. This means millions of Polish families could earn up to 140,000 zloty per parent tax-free. That's roughly £27,000 a year.
Obviously, there's a population. Well, at least it seems like Poland is trying to increase the population because there is a population decline going around the world. Almost everyone's country except for a few. But yeah, interesting. No tax, no income tax. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's tough. I think it should be more than 2 children because 2 isn't. What is the replaceable number? I think it's like 1.4 or. Each family has to have more than 2 for us to replace the population with people just not having kids and then people, of course, dying. So maybe it should be more than 2 people because that's just, you're not even replacing you 2. So if you want to give the incentive, I would say make it like higher to where you actually do need the tax break, like 4. Does that sound good? I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this.
Per person. The goal to reward families, boost disposable income and fight the country's dropping birth rate while keeping money in the hands of working people instead of the government. And the numbers are pretty huge. The average family could save around 1,000 zloty a month according to Poland's presidential office. That money straight back into the economy and into people's pockets. The law takes effect in 2027 when families file their 2026 tax returns.
Okay.
But make no mistake, this is one of the boldest social and economic reforms in Europe right now. While most EU governments are tightening taxes, Poland is doing the opposite, betting that empowering families will grow the economy faster than taxing them. Some call it smart, others say it's risky, but one thing's for sure, it's a massive statement about what kind of country Poland wants to be. I post daily from the road. Follow for more.
Sweet. Really informative video, actually. I'm very interested in to see how this goes, because then it could kind of be the framework for other countries if it is successful and does boost the economy. We just got our tax credit, I think, increased with the new bill that the government put through. And you know, it does help a lot, you know, for us that have children to be able to get a tax break. I think it's it went from 2,500. Did they raise it to 3,000? I could be wrong. I don't remember what it was. It used to be 2,500 per child that we get a tax break on. Women, a reminder, abortions are criminalized in Poland in case you were starting to plan anything crazy. I don't think the women that are looking to go build families are too worried about abortions, just to be honest. Encourages people to work and have children. Genius move. The Polish government saving Poland. Concept no other European country seems to understand. Comments seem pretty supportive of this. Interesting. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that.
Countries, what weird laws do you guys have? Can I go? Germany, I believe in you. I don't think you're going to mess up with the laws. So, Germany, please. Yeah, it's illegal to run out of gas on the Autobahn. What? Yes, they got a fine. What if it's like a mistake? Fine! Okay, countries, what weird laws do you guys have?
My driving teacher once said if I ever run out of gas on the Autobahn, I should just stab one of my tires and let myself get towed away for that. That's I guess they're like, you make sure that you have enough gas before you get on the Autobahn. Do not run out of gas. You got one thing to think about before going on the highway. Look, that the car is not empty. Valid point. In Philippines, it's illegal to file a divorce. Oh, Jesus.
Breaking news, Greece plans to legalize a 13-hour workday for 6 days a week. Yeah, 13 hours a day, because apparently sleep is for socialists. The government calls it flexibility. You can now voluntarily work longer, up to 13 hours or 37 days a year.
Sleep is for socialists. It has a little bit of a ring to it. Yo, 13-hour workdays, 6 days a week. I mean, I work close to that, but I do it willingly on my own. I guess this is people, it's just saying if you want to work that much, you can. I don't think they're forcing people to do it, so I don't see too much of an issue. Maybe, I don't know, let's let them finish.
Nothing says progress like turning burnout into a business model. They say it helps workers combine multiple jobs under one employer. Unions say it's basically legalizing overwork in a country that already has some of the lowest wages in Europe. And sure, it's technically optional, but when your boss asks, hey, can you do 13 hours tomorrow? Let's be honest, that's not a question, that's a threat with a smile. While most of Europe is debating 4-day work weeks, Greece just said, hold my frappe, we're going the other way. So what do you think? Do you think this is modern flexibility for the private sector, or this is giving more 19th century labor law vibes? Let me know what you think.
I'm a little torn on this one too. Yeah, I was expecting like young, like just fun, unique, like old laws, which I think we're going to get. We got a couple of them, but a 13 hour, I get what he's saying. If you have your employer and your employer's like, hey, we're working, you know, they don't have to say 13 hours, but they're like, we're starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow, where you normally start at like 11 a.m. or, you know, whatever, vice versa. And then you work your normal 8 hours that you would work, and then everyone else is just staying and working. It's like, yeah, technically you might be able to just leave, but at the same time, you might be pressured into working more and you maybe don't want to. But on the flip side, I could imagine people that are trying to work like multiple jobs and really, you know, make everything paid for. You know, they're trying to work 2 jobs, but they get capped off because maybe they're not allowed to work over a certain amount of time. You know, I've had that in the past when I used to work a job. It was like, if you worked over this, amount of hours, it's then overtime, to where the company doesn't want to pay you overtime, or they just don't like extra, hours. I'm rambling here, but I can see both sides on this. Interesting. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Yeah, I'm leaving this country. In Greece, politics are the best rage baiters. As a Greek, may the Lord help us all. Sleeping is illegal in Greece. The comments. That's a tough one. Yeah, I don't really have any stance on it, but
what are some weird laws that you've experienced traveling the world?
So I think the famous one that everyone knows about is in Singapore, you cannot chew gum. So you'll never see anyone chewing gum, or if they are, they're breaking the law. I don't know if you'd actually go to prison. Maybe it's just a fine. But yeah, no
That's
chewing
kinda
gum. They're
crazy,
very
though,
strict
even
in
though it's not
Singapore, and that's why
European.
it's a very clean country. It's a weird law. In Turkmenistan, no black dogs are allowed.
Racist.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they specified black dogs, but that's the law. Again, this is a very strange one. In Switzerland, it's a very particular law that you are not allowed to flush the toilet after 10 p.m. So if you go for a number 2 after 10:01, you better leave that baby in.
That cannot be true. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, because you cannot flush the toilet. So this is actually quite common, not just in.
All right, we'll end it there. We'll stop at the Switzerland one. I don't know if the other ones are European. I was just in Switzerland, took many shits, and flushed in the middle of the night. Thankfully, no prison time. All right, that's hilarious. Anything else about that Switzerland one? In Switzerland, it is permitted to flush the toilet after 10 o'clock, but it is not allowed to keep a single guinea pig because they are social animals and you always need at least 2. Okay.
5 weird things that are illegal in Germany. Germany में अगर आप फिशिंग करते हैं बिना लाइसेंस के, उसके लिए आपको अच्छा खासा
Fishing without
फाइन
a
देना पड़
license is
सकता है.
illegal in Germany? I feel like that's kind of a law here in the States too. If you're fishing on public property, if you're on private property though, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want. Like if you have a lake or not a lake, if you have a pond on your property, if somebody says that you need to have a license to fish in it, I would tell them to go to hell.
Drink and drive illegal है. I know. अब आप लोग बोलोगे दुनिया के हर देश में दारू पी के गाड़ी चलाना illegal है, लेकिन यहाँ पर.
Hold on, can I turn captions on? It doesn't sound like. What does she speak? Is this German? Maybe she's got like a hard accent.
सिर्फ बियर भी नहीं पी सकते आप. और मैं गाड़ी की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ. साइकिल भी नहीं चला सकती. अगर आप दारू पी के साइकिल चलाते हुए पकड़े गए ना, तो आपको
1 month driving suspension and 2-point reduction on a driver's license, you can get arrested. Why is she saying this is like a weird, crazy law? Driving drunk.
फाइन तो देना पड़ ही सकता है. हो सकता है जेल भी हो जाए और हो सकता है आपका लाइसेंस भी जब्त.
I don't think this is German. She's not German.
जर्मन लोग ना रिसाइकलिंग को लेके बहुत ज्यादा सीरियस है. तो गीला कचरा, सूखा कचरा, प्लास्टिक, कागज, किचन का कचरा, ये सब अगर.
All right, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop on this one. Well, let's just check out the comments because I don't know what the hell she's saying. And what's this? Running out of fuel on the Autobahn. Okay, we saw that one. Someone says, I'm so confused. It sounds like English, but also not. Was certainly not English. Wow, I had no clue what you said. Didn't understand a word, but all I know is that drinking and driving had grain beside it. Do they normally drink and drive in the country that she's from? And that's why she is surprised when she moves to Germany? I don't know. Somebody out there knows what she was saying. The legality of weed in Europe. A lot more than I thought. That's a lot more than I thought. I thought it was going to be legal in way more spots. It's not legal in the UK. Weed isn't? Or France? What's pink is illegal but often unenforced. Okay. I should have caught the yellow one. Illegal but decriminalized. So, why is it illegal if they're just going to decriminalize it? It's like, just make it illegal or not illegal. Like, pick one. Okay. That's it. For some reason, in my head, when I thought about weed legality in Europe, I thought it was just legal everywhere. I had no idea there was this many places it was legal. Somebody says in the Netherlands it's legal to sell in shops, etc., but growing and transporting is illegal. Interesting. Malta as well, man. We're still a country. As an American, I don't know European geography very well, so this is a coloring book for all I know. All right. Let's get out of that one.
5 weird British laws that don't make sense. Number 1 is it's actually illegal to carry a plank of wood along the pavement. The only exception to this is if it's being unloaded from a vehicle or it's been taken to a building. Number 2 is flying a kite is actually illegal. So we're all going to jail, basically.
I find that hard to believe. Flying a kite? A kite? It's one of the funnest things you can do as a child. Flying a kite out in the wind.
Number 3 is when you have a postage stamp, and obviously it normally has the king's head on it, and if you place it upside down, it's actually treason. So, number 4 is you cannot actually walk cows down the street in the daylight in England. So, I don't know how that works, but how do you move these cows? You have to do it at night time, or... I don't understand it.
You probably have to put them inside of like a trailer to transport them, I would imagine. Unless you're out in like a small village somewhere, then what the hell do you do
And
then?
number 5 is shaking your rug in a street. And no, this isn't a euphemism. I mean, you physically are not able to shake your rug or any carpet before 8 a.m. So you have to make sure that that's done after 8 a.m. or you're going to jail.
Well, they'll put you in jail for a lot less in the UK. I would imagine that the shaking of the rug came out a long time ago, and it was a noise complaint. It's what I'm just assuming. Remember those like sticks that people have, and they beat them on the rugs, you know, to get all the dust out? People are probably out doing that at like 5 a.m., like smacking a rug. A noise issue, but pretty wild still. When we place our flag or image like a stamp is a signal of being in danger and needing help. You forgot getting drunk in a pub. Still illegal. What? I guess you're allowed to have a couple drinks, not get drunk. I've never heard that one. That rug one will get me into trouble. Just saying. Someone says the stamp is an urban myth. The post office will still deliver your letter. I think what she's saying is like, yeah, nobody really cares about it. Like the post office is still going to deliver the letter, but technically it's illegal. We have weird laws in the United States. Yes, we do. We have some weird laws too. It makes it more fun, you know? I like living life on the edge, having breaking laws without even knowing it.
Crazy Irish laws. It is technically illegal to practice witchcraft. It is illegal to smoke any...
It's technically illegal to practice witchcraft. Okay. So is Ireland confirming that witchcraft is real? Wait. Hold on. Did we just get confirmation that, like, witchcraft is real? Like, they can actually do things? Fucking mind blown.
Any form of tobacco on Grafton Street.
Wait, hold on. What do you say?
It is illegal to smoke any form of tobacco on Grafton Street. If a
On
leprechaun
Grafton
comes
Street.
to your door, you must offer him a bit of your dinner.
That can't be a law. That's hilarious. If that's like actually written in there.
Students at Trinity College can demand a glass of wine as long as they have their sword on them.
I'm confused. Because he's like laughing while he's saying it, so I don't know if he's just like messing around. And all he turned the comments off. I would imagine this might be a little bit of rage bait. I'm assuming if you turn the comments off, people are probably in there like, he is full of crap. So I'm guessing that's what it is.
It's illegal just to have one guinea pig as a pet in Switzerland. You must
we just heard
at
this one
least
in a comment.
have two. And in the UK, it's forbidden to handle salmon in suspicious circumstances. Yes.
We saw that one in a video. Gosh, there was a guy that went through Europe and just broke like 10 laws in like 3 days. That was one of
Guys,
them.
this law sounds very weird, but what's the weirdest EU law that came from the EU institutions? Well, in the 90s, the EU came up with a lot of laws for granting the equality of fruits and vegetables. So obviously, they had to also decide their shape. And well, this strange topic led to quite funny sentences in that regulations. For example, the EU demands that a good cucumber needs to be practically straight, and high-quality bananas must be free of abnormal curvature. So,
what? If it's an organic cucumber and it's grown very, well, why does it matter what shape it is?
European Union, by law, if your cucumber is bended or your banana is too curved, they're not considered high quality. Now, all jokes
They're not
aside,
considered high
to be
quality.
honest, these
Okay.
kinds of regulations on food quality is one of the best things we have in Europe. Indeed, in Europe, customers are quite protected. And
Yeah, see, I'm definitely not talking crap because European food laws are so much better than American.
the food quality is in general on point. But actually, just for your information, in 2009, the EU abolished 36 fruits and vegetable standards, including on cucumbers. So there is less food waste. So you might be lucky to find some bent cucumbers on the store. But I'm curious to know if you know any weird laws that you...
All right, the Switzerland one is really good. Yeah, I agree. That one's actually pretty funny. Switzerland is not EU. Hey, look at that. Somebody coming in there with some facts. I'm trying to listen, but the outfit takes my attention. Swizzled and UK not in EU. I think that's why he opened with the UK and the Switzerland law and said, like, these are crazy laws. Unless he said EU laws.
You must at one guinea. It's illegal just to...
Yeah, he didn't say EU says it's illegal. He just says it's illegal and then goes in. Come on, guys.
France, it is illegal to wear any form of religious paraphernalia to public schools, which means you can't wear a cross necklace, you can't wear a yarmulke, you cannot
Didn't
wear
you
a
already
hijab,
tell us
and
this?
I think there's about 5 different sides to this coin. If you don't think that's a good thing, then what is the right answer? Because religion doesn't necessarily have a place in school, especially France prioritizes.
Okay, we're going to pass on that because she already covered it, and this just looks like a political thing.
Countries, what weird laws do you have? Oh, I can tell you one. Okay, go ahead, Switzerland. So here you can be denied citizenship if you're too annoying. You serious? That's an actual thing? Yeah, it actually happened before. Wait, how? Apparently there was a woman who was really annoying who got rejected twice for her citizenship. Like, what did she do? She was a vegan, but she was one of those who were really, really loud about it. You know what? I kind of like this law. Countries, what weird law?
Oh gosh, that's hilarious. I don't know if that's actually a law. I'm guessing it is, but if you're really annoying, we need this in the US to deal with Karens. I 100% agree. Absolutely. The Karens are just out of control in the US. This should be a law in every country. I've heard of a family who was denied citizenship because they always wore tracksuits, gym wear, wherever they went and never wore smart clothes. Okay. That's not weird law. That's necessary law. The comments are great on this.
Do you want to hear
All right,
some
we
new
got more.
rules that Spain have made recently?
Yeah.
British tourists will be fined £645 for going in the toilet in the Spanish Sea under new rules.
Oh, you're fucked.
I'm fucked.
Bro's gonna have to take a fucking check with him and just give it to the embassy.
I'm going to use a toilet for the first time. Not only that, it says here on the article that Spain said it will start fining people hundreds for urinating?
Urinating.
It's right in front of me. Yeah, you're not allowed to play bat or ball.
What, when you just hit it to each other?
Yeah, you can't reserve a spot at the beach. If you lay down a towel, you will be fined. People littering, which is I actually agree with, and you're not allowed to have barbecues.
So they've just made it boring then?
Bikini wearing Brits.
Yeah, right? No barbecues at the beach? What?
Will also be fined for leaving the beach without clothes on.
Fuck, I don't want to go anymore. I can't leave in my bikini.
Do you want to...
They were actually pretty funny. That was good. The going to the bathroom one, though, I don't even understand that. How are they going to find out who's pissing in the sea? They drink the water. That's what he commented. You should be able to piss into the sea. Like, what? Why only Brits? It's not a whole Spain, just one small town, and obviously the rules for everybody, not just Brits. Okay. Pretty much making it so no more Brits go there. They're like, you can't walk around in your bikini, no pissing into the ocean, no barbecues. It does kind of sound like they are, going after tourists there. Interesting. Fun stuff, you guys. Fun stuff. I guess they can just grab them on anything. Like if they have some obnoxious American or an obnoxious Brit out on the beach, just an American being an American, they can be like, you are breaking the law. You're in your swimsuit. All right, guys, I'm getting the hell out of here. Appreciate you watching. Smash that like button on the way out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.